Hello children, welcome to STP Mathematics 2A first lesson. Hope all of you have gone through my introductory video. There I explain how to use the textbook and how you want to write down the notes, how we are going to use the colors. By any chance, if you have not watched that, please pause this video and go to the introductory session and have a clear idea how we are going to uh, learn these topics and how we are maintaining our theory books and how we are going to do the sums. And not like the grade 6 students. So then this is your second time you are using this TP Mathematics book series. So you have learned STP Mathematics 1A and you have gathered a certain knowledge. So then it's easier for you to move forward. So then we will move to the first topic we have in this book, STP Mathematics 2A. So then I'll move to that. The first topic we are doing, children, working with numbers. If you can remember, in the introductory video, I showed you how you want to start it. But before that, what you want to do, you take your theory books and turn to the first page. Whatever the first page you come across, you turn to that and you want to write the things like this. STP Mathematics 2A, yeah, and then you write in black color theory book and your name, and you write that you are in grade 7 now, like this. So when I'm explaining the things like this, you want to have your time to write the things now. So what you want to do, children, you pause the video. Even though I explain everything at once, you can pause the video and you write it and on the video and go to the next part. In the classroom, what we do, children, I'll write everything like this and I'll give you enough time to copy down. Then I'll ask, children, are you done? So shall I move to the next part? So similar to that, then you say, yes, teacher, we are done, that you can move to the next part. Similar to that, here, what you should do, when you have something to copy down, you pause the video, look at the screen, copy down it, then on the video and move to the next part, right? So then first page in your theory book, you turn to the first page and write down that here, what is the note you have, STP Mathematics 2A, this is your theory book, and then you write your name and your grade, right? So then what you want to do, like I explained the earlier day, so this is how you want to do. You put the date here. Today it's not 1st of August, it is 4th of August, right? You put the date, then the unit 1, working with numbers. So then you write the subtopic indices, right? You don't want to worry about these things, right? I'll erase them. So what you want to do, you first write down the unit number, unit name, and the subtopic in black color, indices, right? So first you write down, then I'll explain you what to do and how to do, right? So what are indices? So we'll learn, the first thing you should know, children, that when you are writing this, index is the singular word, right? The index is the singular word. Indices, it is the plural word. So this is the singular word, and the indices, it is the plural word. Okay, right. What does this mean? Let's say you have 2 to the power 3. When you see this, what you do, that you write it as 2 times 3 and you get the answer 6. Is this the correct thing? No, this is wrong, right? You want to put across and write this is wrong, right? This is wrong. What is the correct method of writing this, children? That when you have 2 to the power 3, you have learned these things in grade 6. That is why I'm not explaining that much. So when you have 2 to the power 3, what does this mean? 2 times 2 times 2, the answer is 8, right? So this is the correct method. This is the correct method. And here you want to learn that when you have 2 to the power 3 like this, right? When you have something like this, what is this, children? So this is the index. In some textbook, they use this as power. And most of the time, in the American context, they use this as the exponent. But here we'll use it as index or power. And what is this, children? This number is what? That we call the base. This we call the base, right? So what does this mean? So this index tells us something. Here the index is 3, no? This index tells us something. What it is? It tells us how many times we should multiply the base value. I repeat, the index tells us how many times we should multiply the base value. The base value doesn't want to be 2 always. It can be 3, it can be 5, it can be x, it can be m, it can be anything. But the index tells us to do something what it is. He asks us to multiply the base with this number of times. If it is 3, we want to multiply the base value 2, 3 times. Let's say if it is 5, for an example, the index is 5. What does that mean? We want to multiply the base value 2 5 times, right? So then if I write that, you can pause the video and copy down this part, and I'll move here. And what does this mean? Index tells us, you can write down, this is the first point. Index tells us what? How many times, right? How many times we need to multiply the base. Multiply the base, right? So by any chance, another example, if I tell you, right? Let's say it is 5 to the power 4. What does this mean? 5 is the base here, right? I want to multiply the base value 5 4 times. So then I just write 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5. Okay. Then let's say you have x to the power 2. What does this mean? The base value here is x. So then I should multiply x 2 times. It can be anything, right? It can be anything. So let's say they have given, so 2 to the power 1. So what you want to do? It's just 2. Only one time you can write 2. You can't write that many times. It's just only one time, because 2 to the power 1. Let's say you have m to the power 1, that you can write it only one time, so that is just m. But if it is that the m to the power 3, how do you write this? M times m, right? So then here, as a summary, when you have an index number, right? So first you want to understand what is the base, and you want to understand what is the index or the power. This index or the power tells us something, what he tells us. So he tells us to multiply the base value this number of times. How many times we need to multiply the base value? I'll write it, that the base value. Base value, how many times? So then here, what you want to do, children? So then slowly you pause the video and copy down everything I have given here. Even though I am moving so fast, you have the opportunity to pause the video and write down your note. Don't wait and think that I can write the note later. No, then and there you want to write the note. In the classroom that I explain everything, and you have everything on the whiteboard, and you copy down everything, and you say that, teacher, we have completed the note, then I'll erase the board and I'll move to the next part. No, likewise, what you want to do here, you pause the video, you copy down everything. If you're done with that, you on the video and move to the next part, right? So then here, index tells us how many times we need to multiply the base value, right? So that is the first thing we are going to learn here. So then here you can see the example you want to do. the first exercise you want to do, exercise 1A, question 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Yeah, 1 to 10. That's enough. 1 to 10. That is the first theory component you should learn, right? I'll make it smaller and show you. So this is your first page. Yeah. So you just see, so this is your first page of the theory book. This is how it should appear. You put the date, you write the main topic, then you write the subtopic, and see the way I have written how neat it is. You want to maintain your theory book similar to this. My handwriting is not that much neat that I'm an older person, but you are very young. You have nice handwriting, nice everything, write everything nicely, keep the note neatly. So you just see that you feel like to go through them and you feel like to study them. If it is a mess, you don't want to read it, even though it's your own handwriting, even though it's your own book, you don't want to read them or you don't want to study them. But if you have something like this, you feel like to study, right? So then we will move to the next theory component, children, the next part. And show you. So then if you have something like this, how you want to write the answers. And here I want to tell you this sum. The most of the students, they follow their own method with the time. Don't do like that. So example, I'll take 3.6, right? The example, next example that I run 3.6, 10 to the power 2. Can you have something like this? So what does this mean, children? 10 to the power 2? 10 multiplied by 10. The answer is 100. Okay. Then you put the equation mark here. 3.6 multiplied by 100. Can you remember in grade 6 you learned when you multiply a decimal number by 10, 100, 1000, what happened, children? You move to the right side. You move to the right side. How many steps this time you want to move? 2 steps. Why you want to move 2 steps here? Because you have 2 zeros in 100, right? So you want to move 2 steps to the right side when you are multiplying. But the problem here, to move to the right side, you have only one decimal place. So then what you do, you want to take an imaginary zero and you move. So here that you move that the one step, another step, and put the zero like this, right? So earlier it was here, now it has come 2 steps and it is here. But keep this in your mind, children. Even though I'm telling that we are moving with the decimal man to the right side, actually the decimal man is not moving anywhere. Why I'm telling like this, when you move to the upper grades and when you learn the real concept behind this, you might think teacher Jeewa taught us the wrong thing because the decimal man is not moving anywhere. The decimal man is there, but the value of the digit or the place values, they are changing. But for the time being, for your easy reference, we are telling when you're in grade 6, 7, 8, you just tell that when you're multiplying a decimal number, that by 10 or 100 or 1000, we are moving to the right side. How many steps we are moving? It depends on the number of zeros we have. Here we have 2 zeros in 100. Therefore, you want to move 2 steps to the right side. Now you have 360.0. No point of keeping 0 like this. At the end of the decimal here, you just write the answer 360. I'll give you another example. Let's say you have 4.8, 10 to the power 1. What do you mean by 10 to the power 1, children? It's just 10. So you do the same thing. You put the equation mark. So 4.8, you multiply by 10. Here you want to move only one step. So what happened? 48.0. So then here I write final answer 48. You just see how neat I have done the work, how I have written the equation marks, so the way I have presented my answer, right? So then I will take another example here. Let's say you have 4.235 and you want to multiply it by 10 to the power 2. What do you mean by 10 to the power 2, children? 10 multiplied by 10, the answer is 100. Okay. Then what we do, you put the equation mark here, 4.235, you multiply by 100. When you multiply a decimal number by 100, what happens, children? So you want to move 2 steps to the right side. Why 2 steps? Because we have here only 2 zeros. So then what happens when I move 2 steps? It is 423.5. So then that is your answer. But the earlier 2 examples, you have to write the final answer separately because you had 0 after the decimal point. When you have 0, no point of keeping it. Nothing happened to the value. So then we just write 360.0 as 360. 48.0 I can write as 48. But here in the third example, you have to stop over there because 423.5. So you have to keep it as it is, right? I'll show you another example. Let's say you have 0.0025 multiplied by, I don't have enough space, therefore I'll move to the side here. It's like this. Let's say you have 0.00235 10 to the power 3, children. What do you mean by 10 to the power 3? 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10. The answer is 1000. And here we rewrite the question 0.00235 multiplied by 1000. How many steps I should move to the right side now? 3 steps. Why? I have 3 zeros in 1000. So when I move 3 steps, what happened? It gives me 2.35. Why I took this example? When you are writing the final answer, some students like it like this. I can't say it is wrong, but no need to put the zeros in the front like this because we know there is no value change. For an example, if I write 1 and if I write like this, so it's the same one, right? Right? Nothing changed. But on the other hand, if I write something like this, when I add zeros to this side, value is changing. But when I add, if it is a whole number, if I add 0 to the left side, nothing happens. But if I add zeros to the right side, it changes the value. So that this is for the whole numbers. On the other hand, you just say if it is the decimal, right? If it is the decimal, if I have 0.1 and if I have 0.01, if I have 0.001, so 0.001, the value is changing. But if you have 0.1, 0.10, 0.100, 0.1000, nothing happened. So this is value changing, right? If it is a decimal, this is what happened. The earlier I explained if it is a whole number, what happens. So those are very basic things you should know. By any chance, if you can't understand what I said here, you just go back and listen to it one more time until you get it cleared, right? So this is how, so then here you don't want to write the answer like this. You just write 2.35. Okay, so then what is the next exercise you want to do? You want to do question number 18 to 22, right? The first one you want to do question 1 to 10. Then you want to do question 18 to 22. So those 2 homework you want to do. I will show you how to do this. This is the way that you put that August 4th, Unit 1, working with numbers, day 1, exercise 1A. Then you put the page number and you write that question number 1 to 2, you do them. Then you move to the same, maybe the same page or the page 2. Then question number here, I ask you to do question number 18 to 22, right? So then you go through the video well, complete the note, go to the exercise book, do the sums. But if you can't understand anything, please comment on the video. Comment it on the comment section in this video. If you can understand also, you can comment it. So whether you understood it, whether this the speed is okay, and that everything you can comment. So then the next day I can change my that whatever the delivery style or maybe the speed, but keep that in your mind here that I'm focusing everyone, not the single person who can learn the things quickly, or that here I'm not focusing that who learn slowly, that I'm focusing all of you. So then that my speed or my teaching style and everything will be match according to all of your requirement. Okay, children, we'll meet again tomorrow. We'll discuss the homework answers. So hope everything is clear. If not, please comment on this. We'll meet again tomorrow.